Hey, and what is going on, everybody? It is Zero here. Today, guys, we got another leveling guide for you. Yesterday we posted a solo leveling guide efficiently from 0 to 70. And I was pretty pleased with the response for it, and I was also pretty pleased to see that some people mentioned Massacre Bonus Leveling. And I was pleased because I had planned to make a video today about Massacre Bonus Leveling. So this is the other way to level in Diablo 3 solo, okay? And a lot of people use this method over the method that I posted yesterday, okay? Because it can definitely level faster than the other method. But that being said, it just like the other method, it is very subject to circumstance. You can level 0 to 70 within an hour and a half with this method through Massacre bonuses. But that is completely dependent on a number of things. It's completely dependent on the drops you're getting, because the better the drops you get, the more powerful you become, and the faster you can kill, and the higher difficulty you can go to, meaning you get more experience, right? It's also dependent completely, very much so, on the type of spawns you're getting within the Fields of Misery, and not the mobs, of course. The mobs are always going to be the same, but I mean the layout of the mobs, where they are, where each pack is in association to the next pack. Right? If you don't have enough time to get from one pack to another, then your Massacre bonus is going to fall off and you're not going to get as much experience, and therefore you're not going to be leveling as efficiently. And with that being said, that's why the Witch Doctor is considered the king of Massacre bonus leveling, because they have things like Haunt and Locust Swarm that they can just pop down and keep moving, right? And as you're moving, it's killing the stuff that you've left behind you, right? So the Witch Doctor is the best for doing this. That being said, every class can benefit from Massacre bonus farming. Okay, now the first thing we're going to talk about before we get into the guide, guys, is the rules that I follow when I'm Massacre bonus leveling. Okay, rule number 1, always equip a pet so that it collects your gold. You're going to want your gold, but you're not going to want to have to go out of the way to pick up that gold, because if you're going out of the way to pick up gold, chances are your Massacre bonus is going to drop off. So make sure you put a pet on to equip your gold for you. Number 2, pick up everything. Pick up everything. You're going to need your materials later on, okay? As you're leveling, you are going to need your materials if certain circumstances arise, okay? Number 3, clear curse chests. I don't usually see people talking about clearing curse chests during these things. For the most part, if you can pull mobs with you towards a curse chest, you can continue your Massacre bonus going. Then you'll be able to get extra experience from clearing that event. You'll be able to open the chest, get more gold and materials, and possibly equipment upgrades. Rule number 4, train your blacksmith and your mystic every time you go back to town. That's where your gold is going, guys. The blacksmith and the mystic, you want to get them leveled as high as possible by level 45. This is very important, okay? If you're killing things too fast, this is the final rule. If you're killing things too fast, up the difficulty. You want to kill things quickly, but not so quickly that you don't have time to get to the next pack of enemies. You need enemies behind you to still be taking damage, right? And I guess that brings us to one more rule that I didn't even think of until now. You should be using some sort of, if possible, damage over time ability, so that, or a very good ranged ability, something that you can just drop down and keep moving with if possible, right? So for the Witch Doctor, that would be Locust Swarm or something like that. For the Wizard, you know, like Blizzard, something like that. Something that you can just drop down, it'll keep doing damage, and you can move on to the next pack. This will help you keep your Massacre bonus going a lot easier if you have an ability like that, okay? You know, for the Crusader, Consecrate Bed of Nails, you know, something like that, okay? Now that that's all said and done, I will be posting for you guys something on the screen that shows the XP amounts per bonus tier of the Massacre bonus, just so you guys have something to reference. And you'll see by looking at that it's always better to go for more enemies. more enemies in the string, obviously, the better experience you're going to get out of it, right? So let's get into it. Step 1, when we're doing this, is very similar to the other guide. You're going to get the Templar, you're going to take his weapon from him and equip it because it's better than yours. This is starting out on hard mode as opposed to master in the last guide, guys. We're going to go to Magda again. We're going to kill her. Why are we doing this? Because we're going to... Hopefully, she's also your bounty boss, because then you'll get even more out of it. So you go to her, you kill her, get some loot, put the gear on, you know, and that way you have, you know, you're not going in basically naked into the fields of misery, right? You're going to go there. By the time you're done killing her, you can be like level 6, something like that. And then you're just going to go straight to fields of misery on hard mode and start running. Just crisscross it or run in a circle and then back down, whatever you feel like doing. And just try to keep your streak going. That's basically the gist of it, guys. But you're only going to do this, guys, until level 11. This is where the similarities come into play with the other guide. Okay, level 11, you're going to make sure you go back to town, and this is the only time you're going to spend gold realistically on anything, unless you're getting really bad drops and you need to buy stuff from vendors. But mostly you want to save your gold for the blacksmith and the mystic leveling. So go back to town at level 11. Buy some rings and an ammi if you can. You know, if you can only buy one, just buy one, but you're gonna want it, okay? So get a ring. After this, we are going to run Fields of Misery again, and we're gonna run this until level 23 if, again, a certain circumstance has arose. If you have picked up the plans for Kane's set, you want to go back to town at level 23 and craft it. This is important. Kane's set gives you a 50% bonus experience buff. So if you've come across the plans for it, it's going to speed up your leveling exponentially. That being said, if you haven't found it, you can't do it, obviously. But if you do, like say you were to find it at like level 45, oh, I got Kane's plans, then go back to town and craft it. It doesn't matter that it's level 23 gear. You'll only be wearing 3 pieces of it, and hopefully your other gear will make up for the fact that it's only level 23. In the example video that I'll be showing, I'm wearing 3 pieces of Kane's from level 23 right to level 70, right? Just for that more bonus experience, okay? Also goes without saying, guys, to keep a ruby in your helmet. I don't think I even need to mention that. After this happens, or if it doesn't happen, you're just going to keep running Fields of Misery until level 45, okay? And I think it goes without saying, because we already mentioned the rules, if you're killing things too quickly, up the difficulty. Do this on the maximum difficulty that your gear will allow you to kill things efficiently without killing them too fast, so that you don't have time to get to the next pack and keep your Massacre bonus going. That is what's important here, okay? At level 45, just like in the last guide, guys, go to your blacksmith, craft the highest level two-handed weapon that you can, and then go to the mystic and hopefully re-roll the level requirement down, and that will give you a massive damage boost, okay? If you can't do this, just obviously keep equipping the strongest weapon that you have, right? This is a very circumstantial way of leveling. It's different for everybody, especially if you're starting a brand new character on the season. The speed in which it takes you to finish this process is going to rely heavily on what happens for you individually, right? The game being what it is, me doing it won't be exactly the same as you doing it. I might finish it in an hour and 45 minutes, and you might finish it in an hour and 29 minutes because, you know, you found a collector and he dropped Kane's plans and I never found Kane's plans, or, you know, all these different variables that can occur that can increase or decrease how quickly you can do this. So at this point, if you've crafted a two-hander or not, you're just going to do what? Continue running Fields of Misery right up until level 70. If you have been able to craft this two-hander, this is going to rapidly increase the speed in which you're leveling, and there's a good chance that it'll allow you to get into the Torment 1 range for even more experience. That being said, guys, just like I said earlier, you want to increase the difficulty level if you're killing things too quickly. There will come a point that if you've managed to squeeze yourself into Torment 1 and you're killing things efficiently, remember that the mobs are going to become stronger as you become stronger. So there'll come a point where you might start getting killed rapidly by mobs. If this starts happening, it's because they've been leveling with you, but your gear isn't up to par with them getting stronger. If this occurs, you're going to want to drop it down a difficulty level. Just keep that in mind. Okay, and that's it. It's a very, very simple way of leveling, but that being said, I think there's a lot more variables with this method of leveling as opposed to the method that I showed you guys yesterday. Is it faster? 100%. It can be faster. That being said, it's going to take you anywhere from an hour and a half to a little over 2 hours, right? So realistically speaking, on the long end of things, it's equal to the the low end of things for the other leveling guide, right? And on the low end of things, it is exponentially faster. So there you have it. I mean, that's Massacre leveling. It's really simple, but I find it really boring. It can be like, I mean, think about it. You're running Fields of Misery, you know, over and over and over and over and over again. It can get pretty boring. I mean, granted, it's only going to last you maximum 2 hours, but it is what it is. So that is Massacre Bonus Leveling, guys. Hopefully this helps out some newer players or someone. I know a lot of us that have been playing for a while obviously know what the deal is with Massacre Bonus Leveling, but I figured I would cover it anyway because I'm down for covering everything in Diablo. Just you know, more content on the channel for you guys. So please, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And good luck. Later.